Hello and welcome back to part 6 of my Old World Beginner's Guide. I'm Unstable Voltage and we're going to carry on right where we left off. In this video though I will be talking a little bit about border expansion of cities because this is a question that has been asked. If you do have any questions about the game, do feel free to let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. There are still bits and pieces that I am learning as I go, but I can usually experiment and find out the answers. Somebody did ask about border growth. It may also take me a day or two before you see the video with that answer in there, because I usually record videos a few days in advance. So if you ask me a question on any given day, it might take me a day to find out, and then it'll be another day or two before the video comes along. But some things I will just answer in the comments if I can. We're just going to go on and get ready for the next turn. We do still have some orders left. I think all of our builders are currently busy. I'd like to save up a little bit more in terms of training. Now, what I want to do is continue to expand, and I think I'm going to go up here and attack the Numidians. I am going to want to make sure that I do have some trained soldiers before doing that. We've got this one down here as well, so we will be getting a city down there. We've also got Numidians here, but we've got to be a little bit careful because these guys are really getting here quickly. I should probably get a scout down there to go and have a look at that. I think we're actually safe here because we do have the warrior. I was going over here, I believe, to grab the honey, but I'd also like to come over here and just keep my eye on what these guys are doing, because they are getting a little bit close. In terms of our military units, what we probably want to do more than anything is just get some more units. We are working on some warriors. There's inevitably going to be a war at some point. Now, we could just sell our remaining orders and get back some more training, because any orders that are not used get sold for training at the end of the turn. You guys need to heal up, so let's go and do that. And yeah, I think what I will do, I could just have these guys fortified. That's not a problem. It costs an order, but they're not going to get attacked here, to be honest. So I think that's okay. So I'm just going to hit space to cycle through units. We do have a scout up here, so we might as well use him, see what's going on. We've got the Gauls up here. Now, I do have an ambition, which is to make peace with the tribe, and it's my intention to try and make peace with the Gauls, because I want to attack the Numidians. We have a event. Now, this is religious carving. Someone did ask me about religion, and I do intend to talk about that more, but I'll do that on a video once we've actually got some shrines up and we can start to get religions. Walking among the ruins, your explorers are struck by the carved remnants of what looks distinctly like Jewish religious art. Struggled with that. The site has clearly been abandoned for a long time, since before Judaism was known. Is this a mere coincidence, or something much more than that? It must have come from a precursor of Judaism in the region, which will give us +1 wisdom, which translates into extra science, or 20% or +20 opinion from people with who follow Judaism for 20 years, and we get 1 charisma, which would give us 8 civics per turn. Or we could get 20 culture in Rome, and Judaism spreads to Rome. Or we can carved art sounds like free stone to me, and get 120 stone. We are lacking a little bit on stone. Do I have any religions in at the moment? I don't think I do. I've been jumping backwards and forwards between this game and the tutorial, so I forget a little bit what's happened in one and what's happened in the other. I don't think we have any religions here, so we could definitely go across and get Judaism. Let's just go for it. So now we've got Judaism in Rome. So yeah, there are two sort of stages of religion. There is your sort of pagan, what's the right word for it? I'm losing it here. There's your sort of pagan beliefs that aren't a full religion, and then that will eventually strengthen into a full religion like Judaism and, you know, Christianity and that kind of thing. So we've just sort of skipped one, gone straight to getting Judaism in the capital. Let's go through. We do still have one order left. You could harvest that citrus, so why not? And yeah, we want to try and get friendly with the Gauls. I shouldn't have spent all of my orders. That's one thing that you have to be very careful of, and it's something that I often forget and fail at, is that everything you want to do takes orders. You know, if we want to go and speak to the Gauls and try and get friendly with them, we need orders enabled to do it. Costs 200 gold and 2 orders. We could even try and marry somebody off to them. So we could get influence. We'd need 2 orders and 200 gold. We have the gold. I mean, I can just press O twice and buy 2 orders for some training there. So let's go and try and influence them. If we can get to be at peace with them. I mean, we have a truce anyway, so that's fine. We also need to complete 6 festivals, so that's worth keeping our eye on. We need 1 more city, and these 2 are important because they're legacies. They were our father's ambitions, so they will essentially run out after 20 turns. We still don't have a wife either, so we need to get that sorted. So we've got a tutorial here for culture. So Rome has reached a new culture level. Higher levels of culture unlock additional improvements and wonders for your cities. Each new level will also trigger a productive culture event for the city. A positive culture event for the city. Today, a group of labourers has decided to join your workforce, granting you a new worker. Nice. So if you ever have a look over here, you see what your culture level is for your city. So ours is developing. Now, every population you have in a city, and you can see your population if you click on a city, your population is just to be up here. I can't. That's my growth per turn, but I can't see the population now. Population is 60.8. As your population grows in a city, bigger cities require more. Oh no, there's our citizens. Nope, still losing it. We gain 13.3 per year, and when we get up to 100, we gain an extra population. But I'm losing the number of where the population is. There it is, 1. This is the number at the bottom. So we've got 1 citizen, 0 specialists, and it's a level 1 city. So this is our first city. Why do we only have 1 population? Well, the reason we only have one citizen is because so citizens are generated by food. The more food you have, the more excess food you have, the more citizens you get. Whenever you're producing a civilian unit, so a settler, a worker, a scout, a militia, anything that costs you growth here, you don't actually get any growth, and you need to get to the next level to get another population. So we're getting plus 13.3 growth per year or per turn. Currently it's 60.8 out of 100. When we get to 100, we'll have 2 citizens. And citizens are needed for things like specialist slots. You can, of course, gain some population from having specialists, so it's not a bad thing. So if you're producing lots of workers and settlers and scouts and things, you're not really giving your cities much of a chance to grow. So that is one thing that you do need to be careful of. But every citizen you have in a city costs you upkeep in terms of gold. But as your culture develops and gets higher, then your population... So as at the moment, you can see the population requires 2 food per population and 1 iron per population. But the more you get, the higher this... culture level gets, the more your citizens will require. Eventually they'll start requiring stone and wood as well. So let's carry on with that. We're going to end the year here. So that's just a basic overview of our population work. So unlike in Civilization, where your population is like solely used to work tiles, because you don't really work tiles like that in Old World. You work any tile that you automatically work any tile that you build an improvement on. So if you want to get yields from a tile, just build an improvement on it. It's also worth noting that every improved tile that doesn't have a specialist also costs you gold maintenance as well. So this is our mother. She's converted to Judaism. So there we go. So now we're starting to get events where people within our family will start to convert to other religions. So there's a few different things that we are being offered here. This one's like a higher level tech because it takes 24 years to get. So we could go for something. The game is recommending that we go for military drill. That will give us barracks. Barracks is a nice building because it allows us to gain sort of free XP on units. So let's go and start working on that. We have a free worker. So I said I'd talk a little bit about border expansion. So how do borders expand? Well, in Civilization, it's based on your culture. And the more culture you have, the quicker your borders expand. And you can always buy tiles in Civilization. In Old World, your border expansion is more down to culture bombing, or tile bombing. So if you build an urban tile or an urban building, the urban building will grab every single one of the hexes around it that's unowned and neutral. Now, you can only build an urban building on an urban tile. There are some exceptions, like hamlets, that can be built on a rural tile, providing it's adjacent to 2 or more urban tiles. If you build a hamlet, then it will grab all of the tiles around it as well. Also, if you put a specialist in a tile, which can include rural tiles, a tile with a specialist in will again grab all of the tiles around it. So you could put a specialist on a farm here and grab all of these tiles. It'd be really, really good. The AI is very good at doing this, which is why you see the AI's borders expand so quickly. And it's something that isn't that well explained in the tutorials. In fact, I don't think it's explained anywhere in the tutorials how borders grow. So you really want to be doing this because you want to try and grab as much land as possible, because you want to get all the resources. You want to be able to join up your trade networks, because these tiles, your urban tiles, extend your trade network, which reduces the need for roads and stuff like that. So what we're going to try and do here is we're going to try and start growing our borders a little bit. So we could, for example, go and get a hamlet down here. So if we were to build a hamlet, we'd get 20 gold from this one. So it's our capital, so it's classed as being connected to the trade network. So the hamlet would be directly adjacent to, if I hold down B, and I can see where my trade network is, all of these green tiles basically. So by building the hamlet here, it is next to the trade network. So we'll get 20 gold per turn from the hamlet. Now, we already own this tile and this tile, but the hamlet will grab this tile and this tile. Not the best of tiles, but it is a way for us to grab some more tiles if we want to. Remember, the hamlet does have to go next to 2 other urban tiles. Both of these ones are. So the Wonder and the city centre both count as urban tiles. So let's go ahead and build the hamlet there. That'll take 3 years. That'll grab those tiles for us. There are a couple of other ways to grab tiles. If you have a city that is owned by the landowners, the statesmen. Do we have a landowners one yet? This is the landowners. So if you have a city that's owned by the landowners and you have a worker, you can move the worker into a neutral tile next to your borders, and you can buy that tile with the worker. It's an action that appears up here on the left hand side, so only the landowners can do that, only on their cities. There's also a law that allows you to do it with any city. I'm trying to remember, it's colonies, I think. Yeah, can buy tiles. So if you get the colonies law, you can buy tiles on any city without the landowners. So that's basically how border expansion works. So without waffling on anymore, let's do a little bit more expansion here. I think that was the free builder that we got. It's suggesting, again, iron mines and stone mines. We don't appear to have a lot of either. We could go ahead and... No, we don't have husbandry yet. We get a quarry over here, it's recommending. Because it's always worth building some like here, because you can always then get a specialist in it and expand it out. A lumber mill is not a bad idea. We don't have a lot of trees coming in. Let's go and get a lumber mill. It'll save us keep chopping trees all the time. So let's do that. We'll just sit here with this slinger. We don't have to do much with him. Now, we are working on a settler, are we not? Yes, we are here. Now, this city's actually doing quite well. This city's actually got a population of 3. But now its upkeep is 12 gold per year. But also remember that population is converted into orders. So you get 0.1 orders per year per population. So you want to try and have as big a population as possible to get more orders. So we've just got a lot of military units right now that I don't really want to do anything with. We can certainly just save up our orders. Well, not save them up, but sell them off to get the training. And you can always then buy training with orders. But you see here, these their borders are really expanding well. But we'll keep having a look around. We'll harvest the goats because it's food. Now, they do have a few units. They're probably going over here for these Numidians. I might want to have a look over this way and just see what they're up to. I don't think they're going to attack me. We do have 2 orders left. Let's just go and harvest the... Well, too far from a friendly city. Can't harvest that lavender. Hey-ho, it is what it is. Let's continue to have a look around in this direction because there's still... I think there's... I can't remember if this is a 4-player game or a... Yeah, there's still one other nation that we haven't met yet. So we want to try and find where they are. So, can't do anything else. Adopt state religion. So we've got an event for this one. Worshippers from all over the nation arrive at court seeking direction. Is it time to adopt Judaism as our state religion? Doing so will reduce discontent. So remember, that's discontent is unhappiness. So reducing unhappiness means we'll increase happiness. So we'll reduce discontent in Jewish cities and improve relations with families who follow Judaism. Now, what we want to try and do, we're going to adopt that religion. It'll reduce discontent. It will cost us 1 civic per year. It costs us 400 civics just to do that anyway. But then what we will try and do is spread that religion to other families, because if they follow the same religion as us, we'll get a boost to how much they like us. Our orator archetype. Your leader, King Postumus the New, is an orator archetype. The orator leader receives plus 40 opinion from all religions and can recruit mercenaries with legitimacy. They also get plus 2 orders a year per friendly city. Excellent. And we don't really have to do anything with that. Hurry production. Now that our capital city has reached developing culture, various options for hurrying production in the city have become available. And I didn't mention that at the time when it popped up, but yeah, as a city develops culturally, it opens more building options. With developing or higher culture level alone, a city can hurry production at the cost of some civics and discontent. Other methods of hurrying production are further enabled by certain governor traits or laws like orthodoxy and volunteers. These distinct means of hurrying production cost resources other than civics, although they all produce discontent. For example, the Holy War Law and a state religion, you can hurry production with money, and the patron's family class can always hurry production with money. You can see different options for hurrying production in the city panel underneath the current production in progress. Hurrying production can be expensive, but can also save you in a tight spot. And I'll go and look at that once it stops giving me pop-ups. You have an orator leader. You have already met your first tribe, the Numidians. Any nation with an orator leader may recruit tribal mercenaries at the cost of some legitimacy, but you may not hire raiders. Mercenaries have no associated family and 50% higher consumption costs. They cannot receive promotions, but they can be upgraded. They may only be led by a general from their own ethnicity. To recruit a mercenary unit, simply select the tribal unit that is not garrisoning a tribal site and click on the Recruit Mercenary button in the unit panel on the left. So if we were, for example, we had one over here, although it's going to be difficult to find because they've all got units inside their borders. Is there one? No, can't find them. They're all in the fog of war right now. So we'll go on to that. In terms of hurrying production, you have this button down here. So we could hurry this warrior. It'd cost us 140 civics, and we'd get plus 11 discontent for doing it. So you'll always have a button down there that tells you what your options are if you want to rush the production of something. So we're getting there slowly. We are still at the top of the leaderboard in victory points, but only just. Roman paganism is founded in Augusta Trevororium. You have successfully exerted your influence on this queen, but appeared to be weak in the process. Queen becomes influenced, lose 1 legitimacy. More confident than ever in the face of danger. Our uncle has gained +1 courage. Paganism. Pagan religions are founded by building your first shrine. See, that was what I was trying to do. I'd started building a shrine before. They are spread by building more shrines. They have no disciples or theologies or access to special religious improvements. But improving the religion's opinion will reduce discontent in cities with a religion. Paganism can be adopted as a state religion if you enact divine rule. So paganism essentially gives us a start to getting a religion. It's how we start to build up to getting one of the major religions. An entourage of grim ambassadors arrive from Assyria. They bring a message from their ruler, Ashurbanipal. He demands that we declare war against their enemy, the Numidians. How shall we respond to this ultimatum? We must go to war with the Numidians, or let's wait and see how things play out. Well, I'll be honest, I was intending to go to war with them anyway, so let's go ahead and say yes. You've recently been thinking about improving relations with oligarch Sevilla the Intelligent. Who knows what benefits such a friendship could bring? An influence mission could help you accomplish this goal. Shall you set out to influence her and thereby improve her opinion of you? I'm going to say no for the moment because we still don't have a wife and we need to sort that out. Leader of the Faith. There is much talk in your court of the visitor patriarch Hormizd the tactician. He introduces himself as the leader of Judaism and stresses that although he is not of your nation, it will be best for both of you to work together closely for the benefit of your state religion. So we could embrace him, and he basically becomes endeared to us, but we would lose 4 legitimacy. We can act as benefits to your station, inviting him to return but keeping distant. So he becomes suspicion of us, or we can refuse to treat with him. He becomes estranged from us and we gain +2 legitimacy. Now that sounds like the best one to take right now, getting extra legitimacy, but I'm sure it'll have negative consequences further on. Let's see what those negative consequences are. So we'll do that. So now we know we're going to be at war with the Numidians. We have a camp up here, so we've got to be ready to deal with these guys. Now, because we're at war with them, we won't have the option to... Oh no, we can recruit them. We can, even though we're at war with them, we can actually recruit their units. How much would that cost us to do? 2 legitimacy and 1 order. Just going to recruit it right now because we can recruit his units and literally turn them against him. They are on cooldown, which is fine. And we're going to go ahead and move over here with this slinger, mostly because I just want to protect this worker. And we'll deal with that on the next turn. I don't particularly think they have too much nearby. There is another camp here, so we will have to keep our eye on that. So I might want to get another slinger or another military unit down there. We do have this slinger, so let's start moving him over so he can protect those borders a little bit. We're 2 years away from completing this. We are 2 years from the settler. We're a year from the worker over here. You are a year from the worker over here. We still need to do these projects, these ambitions. We've got 3 turns left. I'm just going to put you guys onto Fortify, just in case they do send any units this way. Although it's quite possible that he's going to go and attack them anyway. Let's just have a little looky-loo with our scout. So yeah, they do have some units there. Again, we could even... we can't afford to get that one because it's 3 legitimacy, but it was nice to see what it was up to. We are out of orders now, so let us end the year. And as soon as everything is resolved, I'm going to end the video because it seems like a good place to stop. I should have really stopped before doing that, but Carthage is now at truce with Persia. Ilya the Younger, your grandmother, has converted to Roman paganism. So there we go. That is the turn complete. I'm going to end the video there. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Remember, if you do have any questions about any of the mechanics in the game, please do leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them and demonstrate them over the course of the series. And once again, I know that a lot of new people have been finding my channel because of these videos, because of these old world videos. I really do appreciate you checking the videos out. If you haven't already, please do subscribe, give the videos a thumbs up, because it's really, really helping. YouTube's starting to push my videos, other people are seeing them, and completely upfront with you, the number of views my channel has been getting has increased like 500% over the last few days. It's absolutely fantastic, so thanks very much for that. I will see you on the next video, and until then, goodbye for now.